5 tips for you to hit the ball further. Let's get to it. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As you've just seen with the title of the video and in the intro, this is going to be 5 tips for you guys to hit the ball further with the driver. So we're going to start off with grabbing hold of the driver. So tip number 1 is going to be, we want a stronger grip in the hands. So a lot of people, when I grew up, I always got told with the grip to have 2 knuckles on the left hand, 1 knuckle on the right. We're going to make it even stronger. So we're going to go 3 knuckles on the left, even 4, who knows. We want the club running straight through the fingers, the grip running straight in the fingers there, and we want to turn the hand as far over as we physically can. So as you can see there, we've got 4 fingers, and then we want to follow it up with the right hand sitting on the top of the grip. The right hand is very loose, and we want the 2 V's we make between the index finger and the thumb on both hands. We want to point it up to the right shoulder. So why do we want a stronger grip? Majority of amateur golfers hit a fade or a slice. Most of the time it's due to the fact they have a weak left hand and the right hand is over here somewhere, and it's just asking to be cut across over the top, big slice, and that's not what we want to be doing. So we're going to go stronger in the left hand, have that V with the thumb and the index finger on the right hand pointing up to the right shoulder as well, and then hopefully that will decrease your slice, make it you hit it a little bit straighter, which in turn will drop the spin and allow you to hit the ball further. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be, when we take our setup, we've already got our stronger grip. So you always find a lot of golfers have a very, very narrow stance with the driver. Having a narrow stance most of the time will allow our shoulders to be on a square to each other, and we don't want that. Not with the driver, totally different to the irons, but what we want to do is we want to set up, take a wider stance to the point where our right shoulder is now lower than our left shoulder. You can over exaggerate the feel by making it feel like you're either pushing your right hip that way or dropping your right shoulder down, but just by widening your stance, that'll automatically drop your right shoulder down because we're pushing over the weight to the right hand side. So tip 1, stronger grip. Tip 2, wider stance, drop the shoulder. Straight away we look more powerful in the golf swing. So they're the first 2 tips. Let's go to tip 3. Right, tip number 3. This for me is probably the most important tip I give to everyone that I show how to hit the ball further and to increase speed. So majority of amateur golfers, and it happens with pros, it happens everywhere around the world of all level golfers. If we do tip 1 and tip 2, stronger grip, wider stance, when I get people to set up to the golf ball, I always ask them what percentage of weight do they feel it in either leg. 95% of the time it's either 60-40 left leg, and I'm lucky if I get a 50-50. We don't want to be doing that. With a driver, we need to be hitting up on the ball. It lowers the spin, gets us hitting it higher, and we're hitting bombs. When we've got too much weight on the left side, most of the time we're going to come down, our angle of attack is going to be negative, we're going to probably sky a lot of drivers. So if you guys do fall into that category of skying a driver, it's most of the time due to the fact that you've got too much weight on your left hand side. There are other factors that make that happen, but majority of the time you've got too much weight on that side. So what I'm going to get you to do now, I hope you're following along and you're doing this in your living room, you've got your driver in hand and you're following these steps as well, because you guys straight away, as soon as you get into these positions, you won't even have to hit a shot, you'll just feel a lot more powerful and you'll be wanting to go to the range and hit bombs straight away. So tip 1, stronger grip. Tip 2, wider stance, drop the right shoulder. Tip number 3, let's shift the weight onto our right leg. Because we've got a wider base, we're automatically going to shift a little bit more weight to that side, but we need to over exaggerate it. We need to feel like we've got a minimum of 60-40, but I try and tell people to feel 70-30 in the right leg. So we've gone stronger grip, wider stance, drop the shoulder, and then we want to shift that weight onto this leg. So straight away, if I was to feel both of my legs now, I feel I have more weight in this quad. But once we've got more of that weight into our right leg, that's going to allow us to shift back. You guys might have seen different coaches saying we don't want to shift off the ball or sway off the ball, whichever words they use. I don't know, because I'm not a golf coach. So I'm only advising you what I do, being a professional long driver and currently Europe's #1 long driver at the moment, and what I do to help people hit the ball further with a driver. Don't implement this into the irons, because it's not going to help your golf game, I'll tell you that. So once we've got the weight over to this side, we're going to allow the body to shift over to the right. We need to move to the right to allow the momentum to come back in, and it's going to make us hit it further. That's tip 3. We're up to tip 4 now. You're nearly at bombing stage. Once we get these 5 tips settled in, you're going to be at the range, you're going to be hitting absolute bombs. So guys, get in the comments, let me know if you have done any of these 3 tips I've told you so far, if you do them in your golf swing with the driver. We've got 2 more to go, so at the end of the video we can get back in the comments, you can say if you tried it, and then after you've been to the range and tried them, you can let me know how much further you're hitting the driver, because I guarantee you're going to be hitting it further. So let's go to tip number 4. Right, so tip number 4. We've done the stronger grip, we've got a wider base, we've tilted our shoulders down, and we have put more weight onto our right side of the body. So tip number 4 can only really be achieved by doing tip number 2 and tip number 3, because now we want to turn the body. So for us to hit the golf ball further and swing faster, we need to coil so we can turn back quicker. So most amateur golfers, and again I do these speed clinics and I do them at North Wales Golf, so if you guys are interested in hitting the ball further and having a speed session with me, I'll guarantee you 20 yards straight away in half an hour. So follow them on Instagram, drop them a message, see when the next speed clinic is, and they'll keep you in touch with everything that we're going to be doing in the future. So what I find most of the time with a lot of amateur golfers is they turn their upper bodies, but they have no movement in the lower half. The lower half is the most important part of the golf swing. So the legs and the glutes are the most powerful muscles in the golf swing. If we're not using the power, we ain't going to hit it far. Right, so I'm going to show you what I mean about more turn. I'm going to face this way so you can see down the line. And the majority of amateur golfers, when they swing back, it's very armsy. They use the upper body a lot. They think the upper body makes you swing the club faster. It doesn't. The guys, they'll turn and their lower half is basically not moving whatsoever. I can't even do that because I'm used to turning so much. So they just do this and they swing through. But what we want to achieve is, once we've got our stronger grip, our wider base, we've tilted the shoulders, we've got more weight on the right, when we swing back, we want to feel like our right bum cheek is turning to the target. So our bum cheek is basically pointing that way, almost. If you can't do it without lifting the left heel up, as we turn, lift that left heel off the floor, allow to take the tension out, and we'll be able to turn a little bit further. And if you're struggling with that as well, I don't know how you guys set up with your feet, but if we set up and you just try and turn, it's very hard on our hip and our bum cheek to turn. So you can turn your right foot out slightly, it takes tension out the glute, takes tension out the hip, and it allows us to turn a little bit more freely. So tip number 1, stronger grip. Tip number 2, wider base and drop the shoulders. Tip number 3, we're shifting our weight. As you can see, we're shifting the weight. And tip number 4, big turn. So we're getting over here, so we're going big turn. So if you can do them 4 tips and make it feel natural with more turn, especially in the lower half, we're going to swing the golf club faster without even feeling like it. It's going to be effortless speed. Just because we're moving the body more efficiently, we're not fighting against the body wanting to turn, we're just allowing it to move, and we're going to generate so much more speed, and you guys are going to hit some bombs. Which leads us into tip number 5. Tip number 5. 5th and final tip of this video for you guys to hit big, high, nasty bombs. We all want to hit it far. I don't care what anyone says. They all say, I'm happy hitting it 210 down the middle. No, you're not. You all want to hit it 250. You all want to hit it 260. And you guys that are the 250, 260 guys, you want to hit it 300. I don't care what anyone says, because you all go and buy new drivers when they say they're going to make you hit the ball 30 yards further, when they do not. Sorry for the breaking news, new drivers do not make you hit the golf ball further. Moving the body in the right way and getting the fundamentals with these 5 tips I'm giving you are going to make you hit the ball further. So follow them. And tip number 5 is the most simple tip I'm going to tell you today out of these 5 tips. Once we've done tip number 1, stronger grip. Tip number 2, wider stance, drop the right shoulder down. Tip number 3, shift our weight to our right side. Tip number 4, a big turn on the way back. Tip number 5 is tee it high and commit to the shot. That's 2 tips, so you're getting 6 for the price of 5. So what I want to see you guys doing when you're teeing up the golf ball is, I want to see half of that golf ball above the crown of your driver. So that's going to allow us to make we feel like we can hit up on the ball, which is going to make us hit the golf ball further. So that's what I want to see. If you guys aren't confident of teeing the ball higher because it may damage your driver, which I do not take any liability for, put some sellotape on the top. If you do sky it here and there, your driver's protected, it's not a problem. But if we do follow the first 4 tips, especially tip 2 and 3 of having a wider base, tilt on the shoulder, more weight on the right hand side, it's going to be very, very hard for us to hit down on the ball, which is going to lead to a sky. We are going to hit up on it. So we want a higher tee, so it allows us to hit up on it, drops the spin and sends bombs that way, which is what we want. And the cheeky tip number 6, which I said as well, is we need to commit to the shot. There has been a stat done, I can't remember who did it, I can't remember where I've seen it, but it is legit. They had 100 golfers swinging a driver, nice and easy, trying to guide one down the fairway, and they had the same 100 golfers swinging as hard as they could, committing 100% to the shot, and the 100 shots from the same person who swung harder at the golf ball actually hit the golf ball straighter. So are you a guy that says to your playing partner, swing it easy, swing it slower, nice and slow? Don't listen to that, and don't be that guy. We want to commit to the shot, swing out our socks, as long as we don't hurt ourselves, obviously, and commit to the shot. So what I want to see is basically this. So what I want you guys to do is run through the 5 tips we've just given you, and let's see if you can hit the ball further. So tip number 1, strong grip in the fingers of the left hand, 3 or 4 knuckles on the left hand, right hand generate a V to our right shoulder straight away. Tip number 2, wider stance. This drops our shoulder down, which will get us into a better, more strong golf posture. Tip number 3, shift our weight to the right. So you can see that if I was here, but we're not doing that, we're shifting our weight to the right. That's step number 3. Tip number 4, big turn. So we want big turn. If it means lifting the left heel up, it means lifting the left heel up. That's what you want to do. And tip number 5, tee it high and commit to the shot. So as you can see there, that ball is a whole ball above my driver, but I do hover the driver because that's what I've always done anyway. And there are other little secrets as to why I do that, but I'm not going to tell you in this video. We'll go down the route of doing that another time. So we've got stronger grip, wider base, tilted shoulders, weight on the right, tee high and let it fly and commit. And that leads to bombs. I'm going to hit one more because why not? Because we all love hitting bombs, don't we? We're going to just go from this angle so you guys can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4's the turn, tee is high and commit. And that's how you hit bombs. So So guys, that is the 5 tips we just run through for you guys to hit the ball further with the driver. As I said at the start, I don't want to see anyone doing this with irons because it's a totally different golf swing. We need to hit down on irons, we need to hit up on the driver. So try them out, let me know how you get on. If you can measure numbers on a GC2, GC Quad, Trackman, Top Tracer, whatever it may be, before you do these tips, and then do the tips and measure again, let me know how much you've gained in ball speed, total distance, whatever it may be. Get in the comments, let me know, because I want all of us to be hitting bombs. There's nothing better than hitting a driver straight out the middle of the face and seeing it fly. So guys, I hope you did enjoy the video of 5 tips for you guys to hit the ball further with the big stick, the big dog. This video is still coming, don't worry, it's still coming. So guys, if you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell so every time I do post a new video, you guys are notified straight away so you can watch it. And we're still at 60% of you guys that are watching my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So please guys, go down, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, it grows the channel and it makes me keep pumping videos out for you guys to watch and hopefully enjoy the content. And if you guys have any ideas of what you want to see on the channel, put it in the comments down below, let me know, and whatever I feel is a good idea, I'll definitely get on the channel as well. So guys, thanks for watching, I hope you're hitting bombs at the range next time you're there, and I'll see you in the next one.